Back at it again today, guys, on the 2008 Chevrolet Malibu. Quick update on video earlier. We had to clean the catalytic converter, rot out the catalytic converter. That was around the 390 to 400,000 mile mark. Video is on the channel earlier where we did that and how to. But quick update, this is a daily driver. We're at 415,000 miles on the Malibu. It's a daily driver. I drive it about 128 miles a day to work. So today we're going to tackle a new issue. I was driving home and I heard a noise a rattle in the right front wheel. So came home, pulled the wheels off, checking what it was, and I'll show you guys what I had found. This is unique to me. I have not experienced this before, but took the wheels off. This is where the noise was coming from the right front. So took the tire off and looked and check this out. I've never had this happen before. The caliper bolts, the caliper mounting bracket bolts, stripped out. That one is still here, but as you can see, look, the caliper is just hanging. I just pulled the lower caliper mounting bracket bolt out, but the only thing that was holding this together was the brake line. So I consider myself extremely lucky that I just didn't hit the brake and it just sheared the line. I guess there was enough of the bolts in the bracket that allowed me to stop or to get here. So thanks to God for that. So today we're going to fix it. We're going to put a new bracket, caliper bracket. Going to go ahead and put new pads on the front on both sides. So stay tuned. Alright guys, we'll show you. You see see where all the friction's been? It's been a while, it looks like. I don't know why I have not heard it by now, but you see where it actually, here's the bracket, the caliper mounting bracket. The caliper is mounted with these two bolts here. So I'll take these off. This 13 millimeter here, this 13 millimeter here, remove the caliper and then remove the caliper bracket. I will reinstall the caliper mounting bracket here. Then we will put squeeze the pistons on the caliper back in on both sides, put new pads on, and then reinstall. Guys, as you see, just took old welding rod, made a caliper hanger, just hang it on a spring, get it up out of the way. Pretty handy. All right, here is the caliper mounting bracket. You can see here where the bolt stripped. So that is what we are going to replace today. All right, guys, got all the new parts here. New brake pads, new mounting bracket, caliper mounting bracket, all new hardware, new bolts, thread locker. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these together. And okay, I'm going to put a little thread locker. It's got some from the already installed from the aftermarket manufacturer. But I'm gonna put a little more on it. I don't want this problem to happen again. Couple little drops here. A little more than a few drops, but it's okay. Do it over here. Guys, I almost forgot to put the rotor back on. Place the rotor back on here. Alright guys, I want to show y'all something here. They did not send me the right bracket. Alright guys, this is what I have run into with these aftermarket parts. You see this sometimes. The rotor, I first thought it was an aftermarket part issue, but this car, after going back and doing a little research, this car comes with two different size rotors. And of course they sent me the bracket mount for the smaller size rotor. So I've got the 206 millimeter rotor, I think. I'll have to check that, but I've got to get go back and get the right caliper mounting bracket. So stay tuned. All right guys, let me get back with you here. First, disclaimer: don't look at this messy shop. Me and my grandson has got a mess on several projects, so we got to clean this up. But back to the Malibu. I want to show you something here. Run into a problem with the aftermarket parts I had bought, and I thought it was an aftermarket part problem, but turns out after extensive time and several trips to different automotive parts locations, part retailers, online research, there is a difference between that caliper mount that was on the Malibu than anything that was available. After going to a couple different automotive retail parts houses that had the complete calipers, you'll see here same problem as what we had with the parts that I had ordered online and shipped in. Let me show you what that problem is. This problem, if you'll use this straight edge here, you can see that the let me line this up for you. The parts, this bracket is about a ½ inch or a half a hole longer than what the OEM parts was. It makes absolutely no sense. We cannot find anything, any rhyme or reason to this. I cannot find a replacement part. So I wanted to show you guys this, that the OEM bracket that came off the car is about a ½ of an inch longer this way. So the solution was that I come up with is I'm going to tap these out. These was a 12mm metric bolt. I'm going to tap these out, to drill them and tap them out to a ½ inch and rethread them and reinstall that part back on the car. So we'll do that now. Okay, so here's what I went to Lowe's. I went to Lowe's and bought a ½ inch drill bit, 1/13 tap, 2 1/2 by 1.5 bolts. So what I'm going to do now is set up the drill press so they're straight, and I'm going to drill both these out to ½ inch. Then we're going to retap those to 1/13, then reinstall the caliper. Guys, apologize for the thundering. The background noise. There's a storm brewing back behind me. It's trying to get this put back together. Now guys, went back and looked at the torque spec. Torque spec for these bolts are 96 foot-pounds. So that's what I'm gonna retorque them to now. All right guys, excuse me. Okay, a little update. As in the struggles, I thought they had sent us the wrong bracket, caliper mount bracket. I thought they'd sent the wrong caliper mounting bracket. In turn, I went to several different parts houses looking, and for whatever reason, every one that was in stock had the same issue. There was about a ½ inch too short. And with this being too short, it was causing the rotor to hit here and here. So with that, I decided I would just go in and drill and retap and go to a larger size boat, and that's what we done here. So I just finished torquing these to 95 foot-pounds, so they're on there now. The caliper bracket is back installed here, so rotor's on, of course, not heating. So we're ready now to put the new brake disc pads on, and so next I'm going to compress the piston and the caliper. I'm going to put the new brake pads on here and on the other side, and then I'm going to put it back together. Typically you can buy tools that compress these things. They make several different ones, but I use welding vice grips a lot of times. You see these here, just take and basically go inside the caliper or the piston and I'll show you here. Let me grab the camera. Just place it on the caliper and the piston and just go up and squeeze, and the piston will retract. I always push it all the way in, as you see there. Okay, right now we're ready for the brake shoes to go on. Reinstall the caliper. Also, guys, when I was working on this thing, one of the tires was worn badly, so I went ahead and just had a couple new tires while I was doing this project put on. So I'm going to reinstall both those now. I already put the pads back on this side, so we'll reinstall that tire now. Thanks for watching. I hope you get something out of this. Pretty simple job. Save yourself a lot of money. And again, I enjoy doing these kind of things. God bless. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know your thoughts. Until next video.